Yo, what's up guys? It's Andrew from travelingguitarist.com. Today I'm talking to you about what are some of the most common scales in rock guitar playing. So for this video, I'm just going to kind of run through each scale and as well as what it looks like in tablature and how you would play it. And then in terms of the theory and all that stuff, I would say just go to the articles because I'm going to do more of an in-depth job of explaining it. But anyway, moving on, I'm going to tell you the first one, which is easily the most common, is the minor blues scale, which sounds a lot like this. That's the minor blues scale, easily the most common one. And then moving on from that one, you have the minor pentatonic scale, which is just a 5-note version of the same thing. And that's it right there. And then you have the major pentatonic scale, which sounds like... That's the major pentatonic, and then you have the major blues scale. And then you have your natural minor scale, which is basically the 6th mode of the major scale. And then finally you have your Dorian mode, which is a lot like the natural minor, except it's a little bit different. Basically the Dorian mode is just kind of a natural minor scale with a raised 6th degree. That's essentially what it is. But anyway, so if you want to read more about the theory and really understanding what these things are, make sure you check out the article. But just trying to think of something else to say here. When it comes to scales and all that, if you're new to all this stuff, if you're new to it, it can seem like it's sophisticated, but it's actually not. It's actually not too sophisticated. The main thing that you need to learn is what I lay out in the article, which is the major scale. I mean, in Western music theory, all of the scales and all of that stuff is just based on the major scale. So once you learn what the major scale is, and then that's kind of like the foundation on which everything else is based. So once you memorize it and you understand it and you know how to play the major scale and all the keys, you don't even need to know all the positions of it either. You can just learn, what it looks like on each part of the neck. And then once you figure out that, and in addition to maybe mode shapes, I mean, you're pretty much good, because you're going to understand what these numbers mean. Like when you look at that, you're like, well, what's that? And basically these numbers are just they're just like a comparison to the major scale. That's what that is. So you have your major scale. This is what it looks like: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see these numbers sometimes that are used to explain it, and then so it's just telling you what it looks like in comparison to the major scale. So you would take the major scale, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or let's say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then you just go, okay, so you take the C, and then you flat the E, and then F, and then G flat, and then G, and then the 7th degree, which I think would be B flat. So you just kind of use the numerical system to kind of guide you and how to do it. And, additionally, you can just memorize what it looks like on tab, and then you can, you figure it out that way. But for the most part, it's not too complicated. You'll figure it out the more you read into it. Just keep reading my articles, and I really try and deconstruct a lot of this stuff. I mean, I'm not the best music theoretician or whatever you want to call it in the world, but I'm learning all this stuff like everyone else, and I find that people kind of overcomplicate this stuff, and it doesn't really need to be that way. But anyway, I think that's it for this video. I don't really have much else to say about it. But anyway, yeah, have a good one.